Hi, welcome. This is Allie with the Sea Owl. And today I have set the intention from Source, our creator, what message it is that you most need to hear right now. So I invite you to close your eyes, take a deep mindful breath or two to connect with this energy and set the intention that you will receive the message that you are meant to receive at this time. Please and thank you, Spirit. Messages from you, messages from Source. What do we need to hear right now? I have King of Cups, Eight of Cups. Thank you. Messages from you, Spirit. What is it? What is the message that you want brought through? Thank you. We have 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. And this feels very significant to the energy that you are currently in. Exhausted, weighed down, worn down, tired of waiting, feeling like you're at the end of your rope. And we have Flower of Cups, Queen of Cups reversed underneath it that showed up there for us. I don't know if you saw that happen. So we have King of Cups, Eight of Cups. We have Judgment. 10 of Pentacles. The Death card reversed. Eight of Wands. Upright. Flower of Wands, Queen of Wands. And then I want to make sure you can see these. We have the Chariot and the World. This is a message of change and new beginnings. And I feel like there's someone listening who needs to hear that. I feel like crows or ravens have been following you around lately, or at the very least, blackbirds. And for some of you, it may not even be a blackbird, but a certain bird has been following you around. And there is symbology, there is symbolism, there is a message in the kind of bird that has been following you around. And Spirit is saying you've taken note of this bird. They need you to pay closer attention because there's a message they've been trying to deliver to you, Source, through this bird that's been following you around. I feel like so much of life, so much of who you used to be, you have had to fully walk away from. In many ways, I think you felt like a juxtaposition inside where you were walking away from things that did not serve you, that were not good for you, that misled you down a wrong path, maybe ways that you were brought up as a child, being told that it's this way and no way at all. You believe this way and there's no other way to believe. Every other way is wrong except for this specific way. It made you feel, it's a very Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve kind of feel here, where you feel like you feel inside, I'm trying to gather my thoughts for all the messages coming through. You feel inside that you are on the right path, but all of the old narratives of how you were raised keep creeping back in, with that story of the snake deceiving Eve to eat the apple that got us all here where we are currently in this mess. That old narrative. And if it's not that specifically, it's just things from your past, ways that you were reared, brought up, old narratives that don't resonate for you and haven't resonated for you even when you were a young teenager or earlier for some. Parts of this story, or whatever the story may be for you individually, didn't resonate. But there's this fear, this nagging feeling that even though you don't believe it, you're still worried that you're doing something wrong. This is part of what is leaving your life. And you may have noticed over the last 6 to 9, 12 months that things have been feeling pretty rocky, and your faith has been, they're saying tested is not the right word. But your faith has been put through the ringer because you have been so tired. You maybe have not seen things manifest in your physical world, and you're wondering, am I a fool? Is this all, am I silly? Was I, led down some garden path that really was just a farce? Have I been tricked? Have I been deceived the way that they told me? Spirit, Source is coming through here as the King of Cups. This King of Cups wants to take this burden from you, this heavy weight that you've had to carry, and help lead you to a promised land of sorts. That promised land is peace and abundance and joy and clarity, but peace being the pervading theme. There is so much joy here in the completion of what is going on with the 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Stones. There is a confidence that will be coming over you about where you are and who you are in the world and your path ahead, of joy, of peace, of serenity. It's this, again, juxtaposition between shadows and rainbows. And maybe you felt like you've been on these waves where you feel like you're, taking positive steps forward, and you're feeling better, and you're feeling like your faith is restored. And then something comes along and just knocks you back like a big wave, and you're left feeling foolish and empty and sad again, confused. The complete opposite of feeling at peace. I feel very much that you can feel that you're at the tail end of this journey you've been on. That your faith, even though it's been rocky, is being restored. There is a feeling of resistance to change that Spirit is wanting to discuss here. A strong resistance to change. And the irony they're giving me is that I feel that you want nothing more than for your circumstances to change, to see change happening in your world, to know that your manifestations are coming through, that you have been doing the work and that you can see it. It's tangible, it's physical, that it's actualizing for you. And yet there's this fear of what that means if those things come in. More so, there's a fear of not knowing how they could come in, how they will come in. Will it look the way you want it to? And I can kind of feel like Spirit giggling, not giggling, but like chuckling is a better word of what I'm kind of feeling. Can you not have more faith that the divine may know better than you about what is the best for you? Can you not put in your order and still believe that even if you don't get exactly what you want, you might be getting 10 times more of something you may have never been able to even conceptualize, because Spirit can see all. There's a call, a very strong call from Spirit for you to look at where you are harboring resistance to this change that is coming. It's coming like a freight train. It's coming very quickly. For some, it's like a 60 to 90 day window. And if you're already someone who's been like, where's my manifestation? Feeling so exhausted, you might hear 60 to 90 days and want to go, ugh, I don't want to wait another 60 or 90 days. But look at that and the reality of what a short time frame that actually is. Like by the end of September, sooner for some, but by the end of September, I feel like your life is going to look so vastly different from what it does right now that your head would just spin. And you're not supposed to know what your life is going to look like by the end of September. You're just supposed to know that it's going to look different. How can you get yourself ready for this change, inevitable change that you've been manifesting? How can you get yourself in more of a state of surrender and flow, ease, to allow movement, just like Eight of Wands talks about, to allow that movement to move through you? I feel like there's this burning desire inside of you for not just your circumstances to change, but for you to be able to make a real change in the world as well. Maybe it's just in the people around you for some, maybe it's at the world at large for others, but there is a burning desire to create some kind of meaningful, impactful change for yourself and for others. And this can only really come by your release and surrender and letting go of what you think the ideal should look like. This is, again, they're reiterating, this is not to say that you should not put in your order. You should. You should write it out, exactly everything that you want and desire, but then let that go. Know that you've put your order in and then let it go. You wouldn't sit at the restaurant and tell them your order and then sit there feverishly pulling at the strings on your napkin that are coming off and wringing your hands and feeling anxious and wanting to beat your head against the wall and thinking, they're never going to get my order right. They're never going to bring me my food. You don't do that. You sit there and you enjoy the company you're with. You enjoy the ambiance of the restaurant. You enjoy what you already have in front of you, whether it's a piece of bread and butter or water or a glass of wine, or, you savor the moment you're in while you're waiting for that to be delivered to you. And this is the exact energy Spirit is asking for you to get in now. Everything that you have been desiring and manifesting and hoping for years now is already in your vortex. It's already part of you. It's already here, made manifest, but it's in the kitchen right now. They haven't brought it out to you yet. And how sad would it be to ruin that blissful moment when they bring your beautiful plate of food out to you, but you weren't expecting the orchid beautifully placed on the side of your plate, or the lily like I have here, or some, drizzle of some chocolate sauce on your dessert. I mean, you weren't expecting all the little extra things they did to make this meal look so good and taste so much better by its presentation. Allow room for Spirit to do this for you, so that way when it's finally presented to you, you're not in this anxious, wringing your hands, thinking, oh, my food's never going to come. I placed my order and it's never going to come. No, you're enjoying the time that you have while you wait for it to be delivered to you. And you get to enjoy that moment of surprise, of, just a blissful moment of how, look at what they did. I remember one time my husband and I went to get sushi and they brought it out with these beautiful orchids on it, and it was just wild to me. Like I never would have imagined. Now I hate the idea of like orchids getting decimated to be on a plate of food, but I hope you get what I'm saying. This lily wouldn't look like this in the morning, which is why I felt so blessed to be able to have it here in this spread that I'm recording, because this is, the last day of it really looking this beautiful. And so we can appreciate it. We can value it. We can enjoy how beautiful it looks right now. There's something very specific also with the color orange here for you. Now, orange takes me to our sacral chakra, which is the womb space, the chakra of creation, sexuality, passion, drive. And I'm being brought back here to the things that you have been wanting to create for a long time. But there has been this wall of resistance, and it needed to be there. It needed to be there. You were going through this with purpose. But it's time to start dismantling that wall as you prepare for what you've been manifesting, for what you've been calling in. It's really time to dismantle that wall. And this isn't to push you or tell you, you need to start doing this tomorrow. But tiny actionable steps add up over time. Just like this death card. This crab is moving from a house that's too small for them into one that is bigger and more spacious, more beautiful, more comfortable. But they have to leave where they've been in order to move into this new space. This is the essence of the death card in tarot. Transition, rebirth. They're telling me you know how to do this. You've done this many times before. At this point, you should be an expert at transitions. But that isn't to say that it isn't uncomfortable every time we have to go through it. You could have some major Scorpio in your chart. You don't have to. But if that resonates for you, that's a further indicator that this message is for you. There is swift movement in your aura, in your reality. And it's all to get you to this pinnacle moment where you can finally say and feel, most importantly, feel that you are at home, that you are safe, that you are secure, that you can create, that the walls and the resistance have been decimated, removed, because they don't serve you anymore. And I think when this happens, you're going to have a very full circle moment where you'll be able to really clearly see all the pain and fogginess and anxiety and worry that you have been living with, that it was with purpose. For some of you, there could be something related to a message coming in. It could be someone I'm hearing from your past, but for some, I also feel it could be someone completely brand new to you. That this has something to do with how you're going to create in the future. I'm hearing to use your own discernment and to only take this if it resonates for you. But there may be someone coming through with a message of like a community-based working together to fully create this 10 of Stones moment for you, of wealth on many levels, financially for sure, but that feeling of wealth internally, of peace that cannot be taken from you. And that is what Spirit is telling me is the most precious gift of all. I'm going to get one final card here. Thank you, Spirit. Can we have a final card for clarity here? Final card for clarity on this message, please. Would you look at that? I couldn't make this up if I tried. At the bottom, we have Butterfly Spirit, number 11. Transformation is beautiful. That is exactly what we have been talking about. And then number 17. 17 is the Star card in Tarot. Healing, transformation, wishes, enlightenment. And then Crow Spirit. Again, they're both pointing in the same direction, which feels extremely significant for me. This is facing the east. If that is significant for someone, co-create with Spirit. This is what's going on. This is what's been going on. I truly couldn't make this up if I tried. Again, if crows have been following you around, then that is your indication that this message is specifically for you. I would encourage you greatly to look up Crow Spirit and truly work with that energy. Co-create with Spirit. Okay, this is your message. I hope so much that this helped whoever it reached. If you were here till the end, please like, share, and subscribe. They're totally free ways to help my channel grow, to help it reach other people that may need to hear the message. And it also helps me, the reader, immensely to know that this message resonated with you, which is incredibly important for me. Thank you so much to your team. Thank you to Amazing Spirit Creator for coming through in this message and letting us know very clearly that they were here and this was their message from Creator. Thank you for being here with me, for loving yourself, and most of all, please take excellent care of yourself, and I will see you soon. Bye.